Hey students, today we're going to talk about solving for y. So make sure that you take notes over this and write down the steps. So the steps for solving for y. The first step is add or subtract the x term. So you're going to either add or subtract the x term. Those are the only two operations you can do, is add or subtract it. Next, you're going to divide by the coefficient of y by all terms. So you're going to divide by the coefficient of y by all terms. Remember, coefficient just means number in front of y. So it's the number in front of y that you will divide by. Those are the only two steps. So now let's look at the example. 3x minus 5y equals 15. First, we're going to draw our river. Then step number 1 says add or subtract the x term. Well, if you look, our x term is 3x. Okay? Since it is a positive number, we are going to subtract it from both sides. Notice, when I subtracted it over here, I did not put it underneath the 15. Okay, because the 15 and negative 3x are not like terms. So we are not going to combine them together. When I do that, the 3x's on the left side will cancel out. And I'm left with negative 5y, because this is going to come down. And then negative 3x plus 15, because that's a positive 15. Remember, we're putting it in the form y equals mx plus b. So that's why the negative 3x went first. Now, step number 2 says divide by the coefficient of y by all terms. Well, what's the coefficient of y? It's this negative 5. So I'm going to divide everything by negative 5. Okay? So I'm going to divide by negative 5 on all of them. Now, that's going to take this, and this is going to cancel. And then I divide through. So I'm left with y equals, now a negative divided by a negative gives me a positive 3/5 x plus, but then I take 15 divided by negative 5, and that's going to give me a negative 3. So now that y is by itself, we're done. We solved for y. The reason this is 3/5 is because I cannot reduce 3 divided by 5. It doesn't reduce. It just stays 3/5. Remember, no decimals. 15 divided by negative 5 is a negative 3. So that's why I reduced that one. Okay, let's look at one more example. We have negative 2x plus 6y equals 24. So again, we're going to first draw our river. Now we're going to add or subtract the x term. So if we look, our x term is negative 2x. So since it's a negative 2x, we're going to add it to both sides. So we're going to add 2x to both sides. That's going to cancel this out over here. And we're left with 6y equals 2x plus 24, because remember, we want it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay. Now, second rule is to divide by the coefficient of y by all terms. So the coefficient of y in this case is 6, so we're going to divide everything by 6. Divide everything by 6, and so these 6 are going to cancel out, and so we're left with y equals 2 divided by 6 gives me 1/3 x, and then 24 divided by 6 gives me a positive 4, so my answer is y equals 1/3 x plus 4. Okay, that is all for solving for y. So make sure that you understand how to do it. If you don't understand, please go back and review, because we will be doing this tomorrow in class. Plus, we'll be graphing linear inequalities. So you don't want to spend too much time on if you don't understand. So do it tonight make sure that you look over the video again if you have to, and have a wonderful night. Also, don't forget taking notes because they will be a grade. Have a great night.